booksbyfrank.com. We're here again. I want to talk about something different. And when you're trying to write for the purpose of releasing a brand or product or some kind of launch, right? You're trying to do something that's going to affect the algorithm, right? You're trying to push out the product or something. So when you're writing for that purpose, what it is, especially when you're doing marketing, the key thing to understand is this, there are 4 P's in marketing: product, price, people, and place, right? So your book has to relate to product, price, people, and place. Your book has to relate to the people you're writing for, the product you have, the reach, the market, and how much you're going to pay for your brand or for your book. There must be those 4 things got to connect, right? So when you look at my work, some books I have at booksbyfrank.com, I have books that are for artists, for directors, for producers. I have books that are just for the sake of entertainment. Some people just write to read. Some people like to get knowledge by reading, right? Some people like to read about technology, about business, about investments, about real estate, some people read just for pleasure. So when I write for a specific audience. When I write for people that have a need, right? So I'm trying to communicate something. It's not every time I want to write about relationships, about fiction of characters. Sometimes I want to write about the narrative. Sometimes I want to write about just philosophy. And sometimes I want to write about God, right? It just depends on what I'm trying to write about. So as an author, as a writer, you look at what vibe you're going on. What are you on now? What is it that you're doing now that feels right, that feels authentic? What is it that you're trying to express now, right? Sometimes I want to write music. Sometimes I want to write poems. Sometimes I want to express myself through written art, like drawing, right? And graphics and creative arts, right? So it just depends. All of it is writing to me. It's all connected. It's all the same thing, right? From Andy Warhol to Pharrell Williams to Abu, the people that in the space of creativity, they're always moving. They're constantly developing concepts that you can use always. And I always look to be inspired by people that push the edge, that push the boundaries of what creativity is. All right. Frank is my name. My content is the Books by Frank.